Hello, Henry, Jack, and Will. I wanted to read you this picture book that I discovered yesterday. The title of the book is Thank You, Dr. Salk, the Scientist Who Beat Polio and Healed the World. It is written by Dean Robbins and illustrated by Mike Duttton, D-U-T-T-O-N. Here's the opening page. Thank you, Dr. Salk. Jonas Salk watched his neighbors pass by on canes, on crutches, in wheelchairs. The polio virus had struck in his city. Polio stiffened arms, legs, and necks. Some victims even died. No one knew what caused the disease or how it spread. Everyone feared catching it from everyone else. Adults kept away from bakeries and banks. Children kept away from pools and parks. People prayed for a cure, but who could stop this terrible epidemic? Jonas knew who. He would stop it. Few saw Jonas as a brave hero. He kept quiet in class. You can see he's paying attention. He could not run fast or leap high, but Jonas knew a different way to be brave. It came from his Jewish religion. He dreamed of Tikkun Olam, healing the world. Jonas vowed to stamp out polio. He would do it by reading books, learning math, and training to be a scientist. He needed to think of something no one had thought of before, something big. Jonas studied science in elementary school, in high school, in college, and in medical school. Dr. Salk buttoned his lab coat. He was ready. In 1947, he began searching for a vaccine to guard against polio. Scientists make vaccines to prevent disease in the human body. Vaccines had beaten other viruses like influenza and smallpox, but nobody could find one to beat polio, the sneakiest virus of all. Jonas filled test tubes. He peered through his microscope and grew samples of the virus to study. He experimented with many vaccines, but could not find the perfect mixture. People heard about the kind young man trying hard to stop polio. Newspapers wrote about him. TV cameras filmed him. Children even sent him dimes for his research. We will win this. You can do it, Dr. Salk. I want to help too. We are all in this together. Join the March of Dimes. In 1952, Jonas tried a new experiment, a big one. He grew the 3 kinds of polio virus in his laboratory, poured in a chemical to make them harmless, and mixed them into a vaccine. Could these harmless polio viruses guard against the dangerous ones? Jonas tested the vaccine on a few brave volunteers, including his wife, his sons, and himself. By 1954, he knew it was safe, enough for a bigger test. 2 million first, second, and third graders lined up at their schools for an exciting adventure. Doctors and nurses came in with trays of vaccines. Parents, teachers, and principals served as volunteers. The children rolled up their sleeves for a polio shot. The volunteers gave them a lollipop, a pin, and a special card. Everyone was proud to help Dr. Salk prevent the disease. And this is similar to your experience recently. Scientists spent the next year checking to see if the vaccine worked. On April 12, 1955, they had an answer. Jonas joined them to tell the whole planet, the vaccine worked. It beat polio. Wow. Cars honked, bells rang, adults danced, children jumped for joy. They're so happy. Salk's vaccine works. That was the headline in the newspaper. Millions lined up for polio shots at schools, libraries, and doctors' offices. Thank you letters piled up at Jonas's door. One letter was 200 feet long and signed by an entire town. Jonas did not sell his amazing vaccine. He gave it away for free. He said it belonged to all the people who took part in the fight against polio. Thank you, Dr. Salk. Dr. Jonas Salk watched his neighbors pass by. Adults headed to bakeries and banks. Children headed to pools and parks. They waved at him and he waved back. Jonas's dream had come true. Tikkun Olam, healing the world.